Yahushua Barakatham, Yahushua Ma'alatha, Bashim Yahushua. Priest in Office 500, Officer Malaki, holding down the Feast of Purim until Officer Ahmad Ashar gets here. And before we even start, congratulations to all the officers that got their rank raised. All the officers, raised up to 5,000, raised up to 1,000. Everybody getting a rank raise, everybody doing this work. You know what I mean? And these last days, that is something that's extremely glorious. You understand me? That's something that's extremely glorious. I mean, the men putting in work and their work being acknowledged by the Most High. It's not being acknowledged by men. It's being acknowledged by the Most High, right. Showing that they are doing things that is outside of their rank right now. If you 500, you got raised up. If you were 50, you got raised up. You doing things that's beyond your rank, and the Most High is acknowledging that. I mean, if you 50 right now, you don't think that what you're doing, the Most High is not paying attention to. Right. Most High see what you're doing at a 50. He see what you're doing at a trooper. I mean, he's giving you this rank raise because you're proving yourself worthy of being at rank. I mean, so Most High in Christ to the brothers that got raised up. I mean, this is the Feast of Purim. This is showing, this feast is just such a beautiful feast. One, because people try to say that the men in the I.S.U.P.K is misogynistic. We don't like our women. We don't love women. We follow this Bible. Right. This Bible, this feast, we have a feast. It's a holiday like Christmas or like Thanksgiving. This is a time when we come together, have food, eat and drink and laugh. But we're doing this for a purpose. We're doing this to remember a sister inside this Bible that was so righteous that there's an entire book made about it. Like I said, we follow this Bible. We read these books and we live our lives according to these books. The sisters that come inside the school, we train these sisters to make them like Esther. Make them great and righteous in the eyes of the Most High. So the Most High can acknowledge them. Right. And the sister that come into this school, she is beyond rare. You find somebody rare out in the world, that's a woman that cooks and cleans. That's rare in this world. A woman that cooks and cleans. A woman that's rare inside this Bible, that's rare according to God, is a woman like Esther. A woman that will lay her life on the line for her people. A woman that will not be selfish. Because that's what these religions breed. They breed individuality. You find a woman in this Bible, in this school, that is rare according to God, she is not selfish. She would rather die than to see her entire people die. Right. You understand? This Bible says that people in the last days will seek death. Seeking death is not you asking for somebody to kill you. Seeking death is you going out and doing what you want to do as opposed to doing what God told you to do. You sinning, you smoking weed, you doing hookah, you being a drunk, you being a liar or a cheater. That's you seeking death. And that's not only you seeking death for yourself, but that's you seeking death for your entire people, your entire race. Because we're a family. Being black and Hispanic don't mean that you're just you and worry about the personal relationship that you got with your God and what God can do for you. It's about what God has done for your people. I mean, that's heavy because the God of the Muslims, what is he doing for his people? They can't even go over there to Mecca and make a pilgrimage. The God of the Chinese man, what is he doing for his people? They can't even stop this coronavirus from spreading. The God of the white man, what can he do for his people? His nation is up in ante. Like it's just ready for war. He can't get no peace. He has to go to war. He can't stop these mass shooters. He can't stop these Israelites from waking up from their cause. God calling us to wake up, to destroy this empire, and that's what we're doing. Every black man that comes to this truth and stops selling weed is destroying this empire. Right. Every black woman that becomes righteous and stand up for her people and uplift the black kings that we are is destroying this empire. And that's what we're reading about in the book of Esther. That's what this feast is about. A woman that stood up for her people. A woman that embraced her femininity. That's a beautiful word right there. That embraced that and saved an entire race of people. She didn't use it for her own personal gain. She used it to save her people. That's something that's foreign in this society that we're in. A woman using her femininity to save her people. That's something that is rare. Not just to please her man, not just to get what she want, not just to get some money, not just to get some connects, but to actually save her entire race of people. We could have been wiped out plenty of times. We could have been wiped out in slavery. I think like 100,000 blacks got killed and murdered in slavery. We could have been wiped out if it wasn't for the mercy of the Most High. We could have been wiped out right here if it wasn't for the mercy of God putting a spirit on Esther to use her status to help her people. That's something that Meg Thee Stallion can learn from. Meg Thee Stallion influenced an entire generation of young women to be ratchet, to be hot girls. And she didn't even read her contract. Imagine if she read her history inside this Bible. Imagine how much she can influence our young women to love young men, to make themselves selfless, and to put their nations first. That's what we got to read inside this Bible, man. This Bible says that blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians should learn from their past times. Learn from the mistakes that our ancestors made. Learn from the mistakes that our old heads made. Not just continue to be foolish and following their footsteps, but to learn from it and be righteous and help your people. Help us be able to withstand this oppression and this murdering and these single parent homes and these failed relationships between your parents, between your lovers, between your friends. How many times have your group of friends changed? You got a new group of friends every 2 years. Right. You got a new boyfriend every 2 to 3 years. You got a new girlfriend every 2 to 3 years. You barely stay in contact with your mom and your father. You understand me? It was this meme that said, text your mom and say, I'll beat you the F up. That comes from a mother failing her daughters. If your mother can text you and joke around with you like that, if your daughter can text a mother like that and joke around with you, you failed your daughter because you're trying to be friendly with her. You got to understand your role as their parent. You got to understand your role as a black woman, as a black man, and that's what we're going to read about inside this Bible. Man. So like Azarbai, give me Esther chapter 1, verse 1. That's what this feast is about. Feast of Purim. Come together, eat, drink, and have a nice time without all the gossiping, the backbiting, without worrying about your stuff being stolen. You can come here right now and leave your phone on this desk right here. Walk out the block, go to work for the next 2 weeks and come back, and guess what? Your phone will be right here waiting for you. That's a fact. Right. You won't find that nowhere else. Nowhere. I mean, let's read this story.
Come on. The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus.
You got it.
This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India to even Ethiopia, even in 120 provinces.
It's talking about a king. He's reigning, a king like a president. He got a land and he reigned over it. Everybody do what he says to do. And if you don't, you get killed. Right. Everybody do what his king says to do. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I mean, that should be how the black and Hispanic household should be. That man is a king inside the household. Right. You should be doing whatever he says to do. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. This is what we're reading about. An actual king that had kingdoms and provinces and land and property. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, that place, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles of princes of provinces being before him.
Now this king made a feast. This king had a party. Now imagine the king, he having a party. He inviting princes over all these lands. He inviting everybody to come to his party. He had a feast. a king and his kingdom having a feast. Imagine how glorious that would be. No, I'm too old. I'll just wait. Imagine how glorious that would be. Imagine how much honor is being given to this king. Because everybody's at his party. Everybody at this feast having a nice time. I mean, imagine how much honor he feel like he is entitled to. Imagine how much honor is actually entitled to him. You know what I mean? So, read on.
Come. Verse 5. And when these days were expired.
So, like, we at 4.
So, like, verse 4. When he showed the riches unto the glorious kingdom and the honor of the excellent majesty, many days, even 180 days. Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto the people that were present in Shushan, the place, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king place, of the king's place. Like
he said that he made a feast. This feast lasted 7 days, man. And he opened it up to people that's great and small. I mean, everybody was invited. Everybody got to see, as it say in the scripture, the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty for many days. Everybody got to see that, was exposed to that. He up there feeling like he's the man, like he can do whatever it is that he want to do, because everybody's in his palace. Everybody just having a nice time because he allowed them to. Because he got this feast together. Read on.
Come.
And now look, this is a whole story. Every part of the story is important. Just follow along with us. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon pavements of red and blue and white and black marble.
Now they got this. It's looking good in here. They got gold and marble and red and blue, real gold. Everything is sparkling. You walking through, you feel like you in heaven. I mean, it's looking good in here. Even like I said, he opens up to the great and the small. The people that's living in low income houses, the people that's referred to as peasants.
Right.
When he opens up to everybody. You know, imagine you walking through a palace, you seeing all gold and sparkle, it's glitter. It's beds that's looking good with fine, what's it say? Fine linen. You got everything is looking glorious before you just in there having a good time, drinking and chilling. Read on.
Come. Verse 7. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another.
Imagine you just got off a 9 to 5 and you got a gold cup in your hand, a real gold cup. Let's say you got off a 9 to 5 and you had this in your hand, solid gold. And everybody around you got solid gold in their hand with strong drink in there, good drink. And it's different. Like it's different kind of gold. It's different kind of things that's gold and fabulous. You're going to be in there feeling good about yourself. You're going to be in there be able to unwind, have a sip, talk to your friends, talk to everybody in the kingdom, be inside of a palace with real gold around you, drinking out of a golden cup, not gold plated, actual gold cup.
Right. And
your friends drinking out of gold cups. Understand me? You're going to feel good about yourself. Imagine how good that king will feel. That king feels like everybody in there should owe him thanks and honor and should do whatever he tells them to do. So read it on.
Come. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another.
So like we on I.S.U.P.K. what? Yediah.
Come.
Or come. You got it.
Come. The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 7. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the stat of the king. Verse 8. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, For so the king had appointed to all of the officers of the house that they should. Verse 9. Also, Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the woman in the royal house.
Now look, this is just off topic. This is kernel, but everybody in Philly know about Rich Dollars and his girlfriend, Ashley. I mean, her name comes from this Bible. And I'm saying that she was as good as Esther and as good as these women inside this Bible, but everybody in Philly kind of looks up to her for being so upright and, put together. I mean, she got her name from a righteous woman inside this Bible. But not from a righteous woman, but from a woman inside this Bible that everybody looked up to. You understand? That's just something to throw out there in case you did not know. But read on.
Come. Verse 9. Also, Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to the king Ahasuerus. Verse 10. On the 7th day, which the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mahuman, Bastar, Habana, Begatha, and Abagatha, Sathar, and Karasha, the 7 cherubims that served in the presence of Ahasuerus.
All right, so this queen threw a feast for the women too, like how he said he threw a feast and a party for everybody. I mean, had a nice time. They say the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to the king. All the king's women, all the king's wives. His wife threw a feast for all of the other wives too. I mean, read on.
Come. Verse 11.
It's say she threw a feast. Shalom, sir. Yahweh Basham Shabbat. It says she threw a feast for those women when the king's heart was merry with wine. He was happy. He'd been having feasts day after day, just chilling and seeing everybody having a good time because he brought it together. And this is when the queen made a feast for all the women that is his possession, that belonged to him. Read on. We're going to see what this feast was about.
Come. Verse 11. To bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty. For she was fair to look on. Verse 12.
Now the king wanted to bring Vashti before the people, before the king with the crown on, just to show how beautiful she was. The scripture says that she was fair. It says that she was good to look at, and he just wanted to be able to show his queen off to everybody. To show like, listen, this is my queen. She is beautiful. She is this, that, and the third. Just give her all props. I mean, read on.
Come. Verse 12. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king commandment.
Say what?
Refused to come at the king commandment.
The queen refused to come at the king's commandment, man. Imagine you in your house and you want your woman to do something that is good. It's not like it's gonna harm her. It's not like it goes against any type of morality. It's you want to come before you and do something good, and she said no. After you then threw a block party for the whole block for a whole week straight.
Right.
Got wine and alcohol, everybody having a good time. Nobody got stabbed.
Right.
The cops has not been called for one day. You have one block party one night, the cops gonna get called. Imagine you being the man of this house on this block. You throw a block party for 7 days straight. No cops get called on you. Everybody having a good time. They get to give you honor and glory. You feeling good about yourself. You get to sit back and see what you're doing, and you want your woman to do something. and she tell you no in front of everybody. Imagine how you would feel. That's what we reading about right now. Read on.
Come, therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger was burned in him.
He was mad. He was furious. He was sick. He was tight. Whatever you want to say. He was feeling like this girl disrespected him. He was feeling disrespected. A king feeling disrespected by his woman. That's the life that we live in America.
Right.
Black men, Hispanic men, Native Indian men, we feel disrespected by our women because our women don't know these scriptures. And our men don't understand these scriptures to teach their daughters that so that they can grow up and be women that's righteous enough to be able to give honor to their men.
Right.
I mean, he felt disrespected. He felt like she then took a knife and jabbed it right through his heart in front of everybody. He felt like she just stole everything in his house. His PS4, his Timbs, his Jordans, from everybody. His gold, his headpiece, his Louis with a time belt. Felt he just took that and threw it down and put it on the ground. He felt disrespected. Read on.
Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king manner toward all that knew the land, all that knew the law and judgment. Mm-hmm. Verse 14.
So like the bars, you pick up for him. Yeah, Esther, chapter 1, verse 14.
God. This is the book of Esther, chapter 1 and verse 14. And the next unto him was Kushatana and Shathar, Adamatha, Tarashatha, Marashatha, and Bukan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and which sat in the first in the king's kingdom.
Now these people, they was princes. Like I said, he threw a feast, invited all the princes down, the men that's great and the men that's small. Now the princes, they sat next to him, they sat around him. And they seen the king's face once his woman disobeyed him. They seen his face, they seen his countenance, and how he was angry, how he felt like the love of his life just disobeyed him, just betrayed him in front of everybody. Not just in front of your little friends and your family, but disobeyed him in front of princes.
Right.
People that had power. And those people in power saw the king's face and saw how upset he was, saw how mad he was. Read on.
Verse 15. What shall we do unto Queen Vashti according to law? Because she hath not performed the commandment of King Ahasuerus by the chamberlain.
Now, they trying to find out what are we going to do to make her pay for disobeying the king. That's something that is foreign in this society. Right. Women disobey their men all the time, and they get praised for it. Right. They made to think, oh, you're strong and independent. You're not going to obey this black man, Hispanic man. They get praised for disobeying their men. And they call it just being free. They call it being strong-minded, strong-willed. I mean, they get praised for it. But inside this Bible, inside of the actual kingdom, these men says, how is we going to make her pay for disobeying the king? How are we going to make her pay for disobeying your orders? Read on.
Verse 16. And you can answer before the king and the princes. Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
Now this where rank and order comes in it. Another concept that is foreign in the black community. This man is up high. He had people underneath him that will follow in his footsteps and probably be greater than he is with wives of their own. Now you see him. This is what you call leading by example, which is a concept that is foreign inside of our community. Our black men and black women don't lead by example. Right. They just do what pleases them. Meek Mill, and set him on his own self that he's not really trying to be an activist. He's not trying to stand up for the people. He's just trying to, shed some light on what's going on.
Right.
When he got booked. I mean, they're not. Go ahead.
Bring out so heavy. Kobe Bryant did the same thing many years ago when Trayvon Martin died.
Oh, yeah?
He said it's not like I'm an activist or something. I've got to speak out against every black issue. At the time, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and everybody else in the NBA was for Trayvon. Kobe said, it's because I'm black, I have to speak out against every black issue. For every black boy that dies, I don't have to be a voice. That doesn't concern me. That was his own words.
Same thing with A$AP Rocky.
Right.
Same thing with him.
Right.
He said, just because I'm black and I'm rich, that don't mean I gotta defend these people that's dying in our community by the hands of these cops. I'm paraphrasing, but he's basically saying just because he's rich and got status, he don't gotta stand up for the people that is done wrong in this society.
Right.
You understand? We don't lead by example because we don't know these scriptures. We don't know the story that's inside of this Bible. This man is leading by example for his princes. His woman disobeyed him, and since he know that the men underneath him will follow in his footsteps, he understand that his woman not only disrespected him, but he disrespected them also. We're going to continue to read on and see why she disrespected them. Read.
Verse 17, for this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
It says they shall what?
They shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
That's what happens with these old women. The older women in our community are OGs, are old heads. The woman that we call mom and grandmom and auntie, they live a lifestyle that give us the impression that it's good to just live your life, live your best life. Don't settle down with one man. Don't obey just one man. Go and sample everybody so that you'll be able to know who you want to be with.
Right.
Don't just be so concerned and focused on this one boy. And our young women being so impressionable, they listen to what they say, not knowing that these old women are old and lonely. Just because they're out traveling, they not having fun. They going to sleep in bed probably with their girlfriends because they drunk. Probably with a big behind teddy bear because they don't have a man to go to sleep with. And they trying to give you the same advice that they probably got from their OGs. I mean, that's something that is passed down in our community. Our oppressor, he gets generational wealth. We get passed down generational curses. It's a curse for our women to be guided by women that is broken and guiding them to be the same women that they are. It's a curse. That's why this king felt like his queen disobeyed him and disrespected him and the princes underneath him. Just like how our women disobey us and disrespect us and our sons and our sons' sons. Right. Because they're going to teach their daughters to do the same thing to our sons. Disobey us, disrespect us, not listen to no man. Tell us that we're not their fathers. Right. Then on top of that, not even obey their own fathers. You understand? It's disrespectful. This is something that's passed down from generation to generation. And in this society, it's not dealt with. It's let to go free. Because women and children rule over the men in this society. But in this king's kingdom, this woman disobeyed her man, disrespected her king, and they're trying to figure out how to deal with it, how to make her an example for the women that comes after her, how to lead by example for the men that comes after this king, so that they know not to just accept any form of disrespect, but to stand on principle. If you a black man out there, and you feel like your woman is disrespecting you in your household, you have to stand on your principles. Right. Not just say, oh, she's a woman, she's going to do this, then the third. Not give her the benefit of the doubt. You got to make her respect your principles, respect your authority. You don't got to leave her. Just make sure that she understands her place and make sure she learns a lesson Don't just let her slide because you're scared to say something to her. I mean, but make sure that she learns a lesson. Read on.
When it shall be reported, the king and Ahasuerus commanded Vashti to be queen, be brought forth in before him, but she came not. Verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. Verse 19. If it please the king, let it go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
Now, this king, they was coming up with this plan like, listen, man, she didn't want to come for you for whatever reason it was. There wasn't no reason why she should not have obeyed this king. No reason whatsoever. No reason why your black woman should not be obeying her king inside of that household. Especially not because her friends told her that she should. Or her mom, her aunties, her cousins told her that she should. That she should do something opposed to what her man tells her to do. There's no reason why at all whatsoever. It says for that. He's going to give that honor and glory that he was going to give to her over to another woman. Because she didn't obey him. She didn't want to follow what he told them to do. You understand? Read on.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give their husbands honor.
It says what?
All the wives shall give their husbands honor.
It says all the wives shall give their husbands honor. Now, his response to his woman disobeying him wasn't just something personal, wasn't something selfish just to give him relief from his wrath. It was for all the men inside this kingdom to benefit from. He made sure that all the women give their men honor, glory, obey their men, because that's the proper structure of things. That's how things should go. A woman should give her man honor and respect his decisions and do what he tells them to do. Like if you want to lay with a black man, Hispanic man, you are not only giving your body over to him, but you're giving your free will up. That man now tells you what to do. Right. And you should pick a man that you feel comfortable enough to follow everything that he tells you to do. And if you're a woman that's righteous, he won't have to tell you to do much because you already know what to do. You already know how to conduct yourself. Whatever she tells you to do is not going to be something that's outrageous and that's just stupid. Right. And that's going to get you to go against God. He's going to tell you to do things that's for your benefit. And you should understand that if you're righteous, he won't have to tell you to do much. He'll just let you be righteous and put trust in you. He might have to correct you from time and time again, but he's doing that out of love, right? Out of respect for himself, out of respect for you. He want to make sure he's with a respectful young woman, a woman that obeys his commandment, that obeys whatever he wants you to do. As him being the leader of that house, the head of that house, you should be able to get a man that is fit and capable and trustworthy of leading you. You understand? And this man right here, he made sure that his response to his women disobeying him, he made sure that his response was beneficial to all the men inside of his kingdom. He made sure that they all received honor from their woman and respect. Read on.
Oh God, both to great and small.
Both to great and small. Whether you got money, whether you broke, whether you got 5 jobs or you looking for jobs, in between jobs. We should be giving our men respect and honor, because that's what all these other nations do. We always talk about how we want to be equal, how we want to be treated fairly. Okay, we want to be treated fairly by these other races, but we got to treat ourselves the same way that they treat each other. Their women treat their men with respect and honor, for the most part. I mean, they know their role in the household. They don't want to go out and make themselves feel like they're equal to their man. They want to be able to be in that household and serve their men.
Right.
Our women have been taught otherwise. We've been taught to go against our nature. Our men have been taught to be sad and soft and to follow behind our women. They always talking about if you went to a place to eat, you got the wrong food, you should let your women speak up for you and get your right food or get your bread back. I mean, we've been taught as men to go against things that's against our nature. Our women have been taught things that go against their nature as well. You should not be having to stand up for your men. Listen, I'm talking about that. See if so our women should be able to be taught and raised up to obey their husband, to do what he tells them to do. I mean, and if not, you should be dealt with. You should have a price to pay, and that's the proper order of things inside of a household. For a man and a woman to go to coexist, but to understand that their equal roles is not made to be leveled out. It's equal roles inside of a household. A man has his role, a woman has hers, the kids has theirs, but they're not on the same level.
Right.
I mean, a woman should give honor to the level that man is on, and pick a man that's worthy of being on that level. If not, don't have sex with him. If you're not going to obey that man and whatever he says to do, don't have sex with him. That's simple as that. That would prevent broken families. That will prevent their women from disrespecting their men. That will prevent a lot of plights in the Black and Hispanic community. I mean, so read on.
Commentary verse 21. And the same pleased the king and to the princes. And the king did according to the word of I.S.U.P.K. For he sent letters unto all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of the people.
So every man should bear rule in his own house. Every man should have authority over his house. Because think about it. If men break into your house, you're not going to send your woman or your kids down there to fight them men off while you stay back and just chill.
Right.
You're going to go down there and put your life on the line for your household, for your family. It's only right that you should have rule over your house. You should have the say so about what goes on in your house. And for you to have that type of authority and that type of coverage to do that, you can't be out here smoking weed. You can't be out here eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Right.
You can't be out here trying to put your own health in danger and risk. You can't. How are you going to try to look out for the health of your family if you put your own health at risk? You risking your wife and your kids losing their husband, losing their protector and their guidance. If you want to really have authority over your household, you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments inside this Bible.
Right.
And it's common sense, honestly. It is common sense to not smoke weed because the Rello package just says that it will kill you.
Right.
It was going to give you cancer. Same thing with the cigs. Same thing with the hookah. Same thing with the little vapes.
Right.
I mean, if you want to sit here and drown yourself in alcohol, be known as an alcoholic, you can't protect your house because the people on that block want to know that this man is a drunk. You can break into his house. He's probably going to be drunk. He ain't going to be able to protect his family.
Right.
If you known as a man that is sober, that is vigilant, that knows how to conduct himself, knows how to protect himself, just your name alone is going to give your house protection.
Right.
People not going to want to mess with his house because they know that he's a man that's on his job. They know that he's a man that is out to help his people. and that will kill and die for his family. Being in this truth, being a husband inside this truth, it's not just about having all the wives that you can have. You're going to have to put your life on the line for different families. Not only one family, but for more than one family, more than one woman. If she go out and do something stupid, you're going to have to be willing to you're going to have to be willing to die for that woman. So it's vital in our community that we pick a woman that is right for us, because if we don't, we will die for nothing. We will die just for the name of this school, just for the name of Yahweh. Not because we're dying for a righteous woman, or a woman that knows her place. We dying for the Most High. And you don't want to die for a woman that is out here being a whore, that is stripping, that is making you look like a fool. Because that's not going to give the Most High no glory or honor, no way, shape, or form. However, if you die for a woman that is righteous, that knows how to conduct herself, knows shame, knows order, knows how to give you respect, that's going to give your God honor. It's going to give your God praise. Because they're going to have to think twice, like, man, this man right here is standing for something. This God is not playing. If we want to go against a house like his, we might not be so fortunate next time. We might end up being the ones that are died. I mean, with that being said, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Imani Ashar.
All right, what's going on? Hakim Akwafim. All right, so we're gonna, Most High in Christ. All right, we're gonna close out on the Feast of Purim. Right, do anyone have any questions on Purim? Okay, all right. Go ahead, Yediah.
If I could say, Esther was married to this heathen king, right?
Was she married? You have to prove that she was married. Please.
No, I was saying, sir, that it is said that she would remain queen. So there's really no, what I'm asking, sir, there's no real proof that she had sex with this king.
Right, exactly. So if you ask me that, right, there's no actual proof that she had sex with the king, right? Now, she was given the queen shit, but there's no actual proof that she had sex with the man. Now, if there is, you go ahead and pull it. But what we read, there's actually no proof that she had sex with the king. Now, she was, seducing the king, but there's no actual proof that she laid down with the king. So far as her being married to the king, I can't say that until you give me the proof. Okay? All right, no sweat. Let's go to Esther. Esther, the 5th chapter, right fast. All right. Let's start at 5. Esther 5. Whoever has it can read. Okay.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house, and the king sat upon the royal throne.
Go ahead.
In the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so that the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in the sight. And the king held out to his to Esther the golden scepter that was in the hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther, and what is thy request?
Go ahead.
It shall be even given thee to that half of the kingdom.
Now the king said, listen, man, whatever you request, I am going to give it to you. Whatever you want, I will make it happen. Why? Why is he saying that? Because Esther found favor in the sight of the king. You understand me? Let's read on.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And Esther answered, if it seem good unto thee, king, let the king Haman come this day unto the banquet.
Haman to come to the banquet. I mean, she wanted him to be at the banquet, right? With everybody else. Read on.
This day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. He said, because Haman to make haste that he may do as Esther had said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared.
No, so I'm going to skip you down a little bit, all right? Let's go down to the 6th chapter. You pick it up. All right, Esther 6:1. All right.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 6 and verse 1. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before the king.
Go ahead, drop down to verse 4.
Kind of woke up. This is the book of Esther, chapter 6 and verse 4. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was coming to the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him.
See that, man? That filthy heathen was trying to hang Mordecai, man. Simply because Mordecai chose not to bow down to him, man. Do you see these heathens, man? Do you really see, man, what they are really about? If you choose to not bow down to them and listen to them, man, they'll kill you, man. They try to kill you for nothing, man.
Right.
Simply because Mordecai loved the Most High God before anybody else, and he said, I ain't gonna bow down to nobody. Now here comes a devil trying to hang him, trying to kill him, trying to take every single thing that is inside of him, man. Trying to take all the love that he actually had for his God. Read on.
Verse 5. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, let him come in.
He said, let him in. Let him come on in, man. Let's see what he wants. Go ahead.
Verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delivered delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to honor more than to myself?
What?
And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king used to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head.
There you go, man. It goes to show, man, that this king had what? He had power, man.
Right.
All right, whenever you see a crown on someone's head, they have power and authority, man.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Verse 9. And let this apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of the one of the king's most noble princes, that may array the man with all whom the king delighted to honor, and bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim him before.
Go ahead.
Thus it shall be done to the man whom the king delighted to honor. Verse 10. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse, as thou hast said, and even do so to Mordecai the Jew.
And do to what?
Even so to Mordecai the Jew.
See that, man? Mordecai wasn't ashamed, man, to let anyone know who he was, man, where he came from. And it's very important to understand this, man. You cannot be ashamed to let people know who you are and where you come from. You understand? We can't be ashamed of that. Now, it's either you are a Jew or you are a what? A hypocrite, man. You understand me? Right fast. So let's drop that on. I'm coming right back to there. Let's go to the book of Luke, the 9th chapter and 23, okay? Let's go there quickly. Luke 9 and 23.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 23.
What?
Then he said to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me.
Listen, you got to understand that right there. If you are going to be a disciple of Christ, you have to take your cross. What is your cross, man? Your burden. Everyone have a job to do, man. Every single body, man.
Right.
You have to take it and do your part. Play your position, man. You understand? Like if you play football, if you're a running back, play your position.
Right.
Now, if you are a wide receiver, play your position.
Right.
If you are a center, play your position.
Right.
If you're a quarterback, play your position, man.
Right.
Everyone have a cross and a burden and a job to do. Unfortunately, everyone don't do that. You understand me? Unfortunately. So, of course, someone has to take on just a little more because you don't do your job. Christ said, man, take your cross, man. Do what you have to do for my name's sake. Read on. Luke, please. Luke 9:24. Man, she taking all the goodies back there, man. Goddamn, y'all gonna take everything over in there. Huh? Luke 9:24. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 24. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it.
Read that again from the top, please.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Hey, you save your life, man. You come up in this body, this truth, man. You're gonna lose your life, man.
Right.
You're gonna lose some things, man, that you thought meant something to you. Read
Right. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it.
There you go, man. Like Mordecai, man. Listen, man. He lost a lot of people for Christ's name's sake, man. Now, guess where Mordecai is at today? He in there somewhere, man.
Right.
You understand? That Benjamin is in there somewhere.
Right.
Now, he probably lost a lot, man, by not bowing down to the king because it is easy to compromise. That's easy, man. But it takes someone of courage and dignity, man, and honor and respect to not do such a thing, man.
Right.
You understand me? And that's life, man. You understand? That's why we read about the Esther, man, the book of Esther. Because she done something not for her own self, man, but for her entire nation. And we live today because of that, man. Listen, if it was up to Hammond, man, he would have hanged every single one of us, man.
Right.
We wouldn't even be here right now, man.
Right.
He would have hanged every single one of us. Why? Because a Jew by the name of Mordecai refused to bow down to her. Read on, Yediah.
Verse 25. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world?
If he do what?
If he gain the whole world.
Hey, listen, man. Esther, man, she was in that position, man. She could have gained the whole world, man. She was right there. She had the what? What did Esther have? What did she own at this time? Yediah.
She was queen and she had power.
The queen shit, man. Hey, man, if she was selfish, man, she would say, man, F those Jews, man.
What?
F those Negroes right there. But she said, no. She said, no. Life ain't just about me. And that's what we live in the Israelite school of UPK, man. Life is not just about us, but it's simply about everyone that is around us, man.
Right.
This is called brotherhood and sisterhood.
That's right.
Read on, please.
And lose himself.
And what?
And lose himself.
I said, now you gain the world, but guess what, man? You lost your own soul.
Right.
You don't obey God no more. Why? Because you wanted to be Michelle Obama, Gayle King,
Right.
Oprah Winfrey, man. You wanted to be just like them. And now you have everything. But the main important thing that you don't have is your own soul, man.
Right.
You don't have your own soul.
Right.
Read on, your diet.
Or be cast away. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me.
Read that again.
For whosoever shall be ashamed of me.
Read that again.
For whosoever shall be ashamed of me.
You see that, man? You see why we don't read about Esther
Right.
and Purim? Why? Because Mordecai wasn't ashamed of Christ.
Right.
He told Haman, he told King Ahasuerus, he said, I'm a Jew, man.
Right.
From the tribe of Benjamin.
That's
One thing about being in the truth, man, do not be ashamed of who you are.
right.
Or where you come from. Your true identity.
Right.
Because if you are, Most High in Christ, this is Most High hand, man. Why? Because if you are afraid of Christ, you're afraid to admit who you are, you're ashamed to let people know where you come from, you're afraid to let people know that you are a Jew, you come from the tribe of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you are ashamed of that, read on, please.
And of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed.
Y'all understand that, right, man? If you are ashamed of Christ, Mordecai wasn't, man. And Christ is not ashamed of him, man. But you go to work and hey, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Muslim. You know, I'm whatever everybody else is, man. You better believe it, man. Christ will be ashamed of you because you are ashamed of him. You're afraid to lose your job, man. You're afraid to say I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah or Benjamin or Levi. You're afraid of that. Okay, no sweat, man. It's all right. More glory for me. You understand me, man? You understand me? You're ashamed of that, then Christ will also be ashamed of you. Drop that. Let's go back to the book of Esther. All right? Let everybody know where you at your diet, please.
This is the Esther chapter 6 and verse 10.
What?
Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse, as thou hast said, and do even to Mordecai the Jew, that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that has spoken. Verse 11. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor. Verse 12. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hastened to his house mourning, having his head covered.
See that, man? Haman was mourning. He was sad, man. Because he knew what was about to happen now, man. Head was covered. Sad. He is mourning, man. He going through some things right now. You understand? Haman learned something, man. Let me tell you what Haman learned, right? Do not come against a man or woman of God. Haman learned that, man. Like the Lord said, if any man shall indeed obey my voice, then I will be an enemy unto thy enemy. Now Haman like, dang, what I'm about to do now? Maybe the king may kill me, man, because he's so obsessed with Esther, man. You understand? You know how many people is dying for women today? Tons of people are dying for women. And I'm not even talking about beautiful women. I'm just talking about women just in general. Right? You understand? Can you imagine a beautiful woman? You know how many people want to die for a beautiful woman? The king, man. You understand me? That's the man found favor in the sight of that king, man. Read on, you die.
Verse 13. And Haman turned Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends, everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh, his wife, unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews.
Of the what?
Be of the seed of the Jews.
It ain't no shame in that, man. I said, man, don't never be afraid, man, to let you know who you are.
That's right.
Where you come from, man. Judah, they may say Judah. Judah what? You say Jew. Not Jewish, but Jew, man.
Right.
You let people know who you are. Precept. What did Christ say? Christ said this, okay? He said, let thy light shine before thee, man, and before men. So if you don't let your light shine, then where's your light? It's in dark, man. So no one is going to know anything at all. Read on, Yediah.
Before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him.
What?
Verse 14. And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlain and hasted to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared.
There you go, man. You see the power of black women have today, man. What she say today, do she get it? She get it, man.
Right.
She cried, boo, 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 cry. Oh, man, I want you to be around a little bit more. Boo, 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 cry. She cried, she cried, she cried, right? No man wants to see his woman cry, right?
Right.
But goddamn, sometimes when she cries, you actually give her exactly what she wanted.
Right.
You understand me? Now, can you imagine the king? He said, Esther, whatever you want, I got you, man.
Right.
I got you. You want Hammond to die? I got you. I'll take real good care of you. Go ahead, sis, please.
I would break that into scripture. Isn't there a scripture that talks about women crying how you want to shut up?
Right. Definitely. Give sister a hand. Damn right. I forget where it's at, but it's definitely in the Bible. That's there, man. No one want to hear a woman cry. You understand me? Can you imagine your son crying? You don't want to hear that. God dang, your son crying. Come on, son, take this bottle. Hey, your daughter crying, man. She's just so hysterical, man. Go, what's your need? Want to eat? You see, she got some chips over there. She get it on right there. What you need? You need some chips? We need cake? Whatever you need, go ahead. Go ahead and take it because I don't want to hear that. I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to work. I got to work 8-9 hours, man. Take your ass to sleep. You understand me? Now you can imagine your woman crying. Oh, man. And she, Salaki, man, she going on and on and on and on and on and on. You don't want to hear it, but right. Damn, man. You know, you kind of have no choice but to. You get my point, right? Let's read on, please.
God, this is the book of Esther, chapter 7 and verse 1. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, why? What is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed.
Whatever you want, I got you. I'm going to take real good care of you, man. Whatever you want, Queen. That sounds familiar, right? Queen this, Queen that. What you want, Queen? You forget about Facebook and Instagram now, man. Hey, my queen above all queens, man. Everyone is just like, hey, man, whatever the queen wants, she gets. Matter of fact, Queen, you are God. You God, man. The black woman is God. You're the queen. Whatever the queen wants, she gets. Matter of fact, Queen, you are God. You God, man. The black woman is God. You're the queen. You're the God. Exactly what I want. You understand? You see the power Esther had, man, to that king, man. Listen, man, Esther was a bad bro, man. She was a bad bro. She was beautiful as hell, man. But also, she had what? What did Esther have? Class. Right. She had a lot of class, man. And also, in the midst of all that, right? She never disobeyed her uncle, man.
Right.
Never disobeyed Mordecai. Read on, Yediah.
Even to the half of the kingdom. Verse 3. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition.
See that, man? That's like any woman, man. They are good manipulators, man. If I found favor in you, my Lord, then maybe you should do this for me. Right. Hey, if I'm so righteous and, I'm doing this and I'm doing, hey, you see that plate I just made you, sir? You see that? You see, man, you see what I do, sir? So if I just found favor in your sight, then read on.
And my people at my request.
And my people at my request. Read on.
For we are sold. I and my people to be destroyed, to be slain.
See that, man? She's pleading for her people right now, man. She said, I and my people to be slain, man. By this filthy, disgusting heathen Ammon. Read on.
And to perish. But if we have been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
What?
Verse 5. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he?
He said what?
Who is he?
He said what?
Who is he?
Come on, this is the king, right? Now it kind of sounds like King David, man. Remember when Samuel came to King David? He said, "Who is he? Where he at?
Right.
He done this? Oh no, he gotta go.
Right.
He got to go. You see the mindset of a king? You understand me? If you do someone wrong, the mindset of a king is simply, they must go. They must perish, man. I must deal with them. Go ahead,
Everybody, today's term, it's like, who is that nigga Esther? Who trying to get you out of here? Point him out.
Yeah. There you go. Let's read on.
And where is he?
Where is he, man? Where he at? I got you. I'm going to kill him right now. Read on.
That durst presume in his heart to do so.
Uh-huh.
Verse 6, and Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman.
Now, that's one thing right there Esther understood, man. She understood who was the enemy, man. And as a black woman today, man, you have to understand that, okay? Your man, your husband is not your enemy.
Right.
You understand me? Esther understood that. Why? Because Mordecai trained her, man.
Right.
You understand me? He taught her the truth, man. You got to understand who is your real enemy, man. It's the man that gave you food stamps. The man that gave you welfare, man. The man that gave you Section 8 voucher, man.
Right.
And now the black man can't even be on the lease, man.
Right.
You understand me? So now the woman she have all the power, man. If I don't like you, you gotta go. Nigga, your name ain't on the lease. Get the hell up out of here.
Right.
See how much power, man, the heathens, man, have gave the black women today? He said, listen, man, hey, man, it'll be up to you, man, then. So be it. So be it. Read on, please.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen.
Uh-huh.
Verse 7, and the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath,
Uh-huh.
went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen.
See that now? Haman is doing what now? What is Haman doing? Yediah? He's begging for his life, man. You understand? We see what black women can do to anybody, man. Make you beg for your life. Oh no, please don't put me on child support, please. Hey, I'm gonna take care of my kids. Haman, like, please, King, I'm so sorry, I didn't do that. Please don't kill me. Now Haman is simply begging so he won't die. He's begging, man. Read on, Yediah.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
What?
Verse 8, then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was.
See that, man? He fallen upon the bed, man, where Esther was, man. So if you're a king and you see Haman falling upon the bed where Esther was, what would anybody think? You trying to have sex with the queen, man. You trying to take her away from me. You understand me? So now they even made the king even more angrier, man. Read on.
Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
He said what?
Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
Now, what did the king just say? Read one more time, Yediah. Please.
If I could, why are you trying to force yourself on the queen too?
Right? So is he trying to do what? Is he trying to, I'm trying not to give it to you. Yediah.
If I could say, from the king's perspective, when he comes in to see himself, when he sees himself before Esther, him trying to force himself on Esther, to try to have sex with her, or rape her, sir, or is it that he's trying to plead with her? From the king's perspective, is he looking at it where he's like, oh, you trying to get my woman too? You're trying to kill her people, and you're trying to get her,
right?
And force this stuff on her.
The king said force. So in his case, he's like, are you trying to rape the queen?
Right.
Are you trying to take my queen away from me? You understand me? You know Esther ain't gonna lie down with you, man. But when the king came in, he saw Haman and he saw Esther on the.
They covered Haman's face. And Harabana, one of the king's chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king standeth in the house of Haman. Then said the king, hang him thereof.
He said what?
Hang him thereof.
He said what?
Hang him thereof.
Yeah, man. Esther saved her whole people, man. That's why we understand, man, the book of Esther and Purim, man. You understand me? If it wasn't for Esther, all the Jews would have been dead, man. If it wasn't for Esther, man. Now, if she truly, really just cared about herself, everybody else would have died. And guess what? Michelle Obama would still be alive. You understand that? And on that case, she was in the position of Michelle Obama,
Right.
Gil King, Oprah Winfrey, man. But she did something better, man. You understand me? She wasn't selfish, but she was what? Please.
Selfless.
Selfless. Give her a hand, man. She was selfless, man. You understand me? And she delivered her people, man. Read on, Yediah.
Verse 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that was prepared for Mordecai.
What?
Then was the king's wrath pacified. This is the book of Esther, chapter 8 and verse 1. On that day, the king Ahasuerus gave the house of Haman, the Jews' enemy, unto Esther the queen.
See that? The white man's always been our enemy, man. Thousands of years ago, like the Lord said, there is no new thing under the sun, man.
Right.
This oppressor will never be our friend, man.
Right.
Never be our brother, man.
Right.
Listen, his whole cause is to kill us, man. You understand me? So we won't have anything. We won't have nothing. Well, this day, the enemy of the Jews died. And it's very important to understand that, man. I'm going to tell you why, right? When you obey the Most High God, man, your enemies, they will die. Every single one of them, man. You understand me? Now think about it. You work for the man who created life and death. You think he gonna let somebody put a Mickey in a drink? He ain't gonna allow that at all, man. Matter of fact, even if someone go ahead and put a Mickey in your drink, right? You're gonna drink it, and guess what? Nothing is going to happen to you. Go ahead, sis. Say it again.
That's a precept too, right?
Right, the Lord said, ye shall eat and drink poison and live, man.
Right.
You understand me? Hey, I probably drunk a ton of Mickeys. I don't know. I'm alive right now. Hey, I'm living, man. I'm eating. Hey, I got water right here. I'm good, man. Who knows who put a Mickey in my drink? I don't know, but I'm drinking it anyway.
Right.
And guess what? I'm alive, man.
That's right.
You'll be the Most High God, man. You don't have to worry about nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Go ahead, Yediah.
If I could, sir, can I use Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 7?
Go ahead, let me hear it.
The book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Perfect, man.
Right.
Even your enemies will be at peace with you, man. Okay? Let's read on, Yediah.
And Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai.
See that, man? He took Haman's ring and gave it to the black man. Wow. Go ahead, sister. I mean, let the sister know where you at, brother.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 8 and verse 1 towards the end.
What?
Verse 2. And the king took off his ring which he had taken from Haman and gave it unto Mordecai. And Esther sat Mordecai over the house of Haman. Verse 3. And Esther spake yet again before the king and fell down at his feet.
Here you go, Esther, man. She fell down at the king's feet, man. Like, thank you, man. I appreciate that. You know, you just looked out for my people, man. If it wasn't for you, we all be dead right now, man. Read on.
And besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the Agagite, which deviseth that he had devised against the Jews. Then the king held out the golden scepter towards Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king. Verse 5. And said, if it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, that the thing seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, which he hath brought to destroy the Jews, which are in all the king's provinces. Verse 6. For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come into my people? Or can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred?
Yeah, man. Esther, man, she was a hardcore sister, man.
Right.
Right fast. So somebody get me on Proverbs 31:10. She actually gave a damn about her people, man. Proverbs 31:30. You know, as you see, she said, for how can I endure to see the evil that shall come upon my people? Or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred, man? Esther really gave a damn about her people, man.
Right.
You understand, man? That's why, man, we're gonna remember Esther, man. For these 2 days, man, yesterday and today, man, we're gonna remember a righteous black woman, man. You understand me? She obeyed Mordecai, man. She was righteous. And if it wasn't for her, thousands of Jews would have died, man. Now, with that being said, don't get caught up, man, you know, on a woman that's beautiful, but don't give a damn about her people, man. You understand me? It's tons of selfish sisters out here, man. We read about her today. Let me get on Proverbs 31:30, please.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
All right, drop down to verse 30.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 31 and verse 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain.
And what?
Beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised.
There you go, man. That's why we're going to praise that sister tonight, man. You understand me? And with that being said, man, she was beautiful and she feared the Most High God.
That's right.
Hey, it's hard to find a woman with both.
Right.
You understand me? It's hard to find one that's beautiful and that feared the Most High God, man. Esther, man, she was above, man, everybody else, man. That's why the king chose her, man. You understand me? When King Ahasuerus saw her, he said, "Oh yeah, I gotta take her right there, man." Like how all heathens see our sisters, and they love them, and they just need them, man. They just must take them to themselves. Okay, let's drop that. Go back to the book of Esther, Yediah, please.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 8 and verse 7. Then the king Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen, and to Mordecai the Jew, Behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him that hath hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon the Jews. Verse 8. Write ye also for the Jews as it liketh you, and the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring.
All right, I'm going to skip you down a little bit, right? Go down to the 9th chapter, and I'm going to start at verse 1, 9 and 1.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9 and verse 1. Now in the 12th month, that is the month of Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, and the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them.
Read that again.
Though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them.
That man, the Jews have ruled over them that hated them. Like how we want to rule over the oppressor. Even though the oppressor hates us, man. He wants us all dead. Every single one of us. But guess what? We want to rule over them anyway. Because it's a prophecy, man. You understand me? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that cometh, man.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 2. The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities.
See that? They all came together, man. All the Jews came together in their cities. Read on.
Throughout all the provinces of King Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them.
What?
For the fear of them fell upon all people, and all the rulers of the provinces and lieutenants and the deputies and officers of the king helped the Jews because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them.
What?
For Mordecai was great in the king's house.
See that, man? Mordecai was great in the king's house, man. He didn't have to do what he did. Man, he was great in the king's house. It's kind of like how Moses was great in Pharaoh's house, man.
Right.
But he never forgot about his people, man. Man, Mordecai was great in the king's house, man. They love Mordecai, but guess what? He never forgot about his people, man.
Right.
Never forgot about his Aquafia. Read on.
And his fame went out throughout all the provinces For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater.
All right, drop down to verse 24.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9 and verse 24. Because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all Jews.
The what?
The enemy of all Jews.
He was the enemy of all the Jews, man. Read on.
Had devised against the Jews to destroy them.
See that? He was trying to kill every single one of us, man.
Right.
Read.
And had cast Pur, that is the lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head.
See that, man? Don't play with Yahweh, man.
Right.
He ain't no joke at all, man. You're trying to do something evil against a Jew. Hey, that thing that you plan may come right upon you. Read on.
And that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows.
See, he and all his sons, man, should be hanged on the gallows. Read on.
Verse 26. Wherefore they called these days Purim.
They called what?
They called these days Purim.
They did what?
They called these days Purim.
Wherefore, man, this is why we celebrate Purim, man. They call these days Purim. Read on.
After the name of Pur.
Okay, so Purim come from after the name of Pur. Read on.
Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of all that which that had concerning this matter, and which had come into them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them.
What?
So as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing and according to their appointed time every year.
See that? So that's why we kept these 2 days, yesterday and today. Of course, everything we do, everything we keep is inside of this Bible.
That's right.
We don't do it because we want to do it.
Right.
The Lord said, keep these 2 days. We kept it yesterday. We doing it today. Why? Because what Esther did was glorious and wonderful in the sight of the Most High God.
Right.
And we want to remember a righteous black sister,
That's
man.
right.
Now, you could be remembered too if you get off of drugs.
Right.
If you stop smoking cigarettes, man.
Right.
If you stop selling your body, you could be just like Esther, man.
Right.
And all men and all women will remember this day. These 2 days, man, like the Most High God has said. Read on.
And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation.
See that? We ain't gonna forget these days. Down the road, you don't know her no more. Guess what, Esther? We'll never forget about Esther, man.
That's right.
You understand me? Because what she did was wonderful, man. She wasn't a whore. She wasn't a slut. She cared about us, man. You understand? So now we're gonna keep these 2 days, man. We're gonna remember that bad broad, man. She was beautiful, kind, seductive, man. And she seduced, man, the king to destroy Haman for her people. Read on, please.
Every family, every province, and every city, and at these days of Purim.
Of these days of what?
If these days of Purim.
These days of what?
Of these days of Purim.
These days of what?
These days of Purim.
See that? Everybody gonna remember Purim, man.
What?
Because of Esther and Mordecai. You see that? A black woman listening to a black man.
Right.
That's where it all comes down to, man.
Right.
Not listening to yourself. She became who she was because she listened and obeyed Mordecai. Read on, please.
Should not fail from among the Jews.
Should not what?
Should not fail from among the Jews.
Should not what?
Should not fail from among the Jews.
Should not what?
Should not fail from among the Jews.
That ain't going nowhere. Should not fail from among the Jews. Read.
Nor the memorial of them perish from their seed.
See that? Even if you die, guess what? Tomorrow we will remember Esther, man. We're gonna remember Mordecai, even if you perish, man, today or tomorrow. Read on.
Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abigail, and Mordecai the Jew.
And Mordecai the what?
And Mordecai the Jew.
Wrote
with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim.
The second letter of what?
Second letter of Purim.
See that? And that's why we celebrate Purim today, man. You understand me, man? Read on.
And he sent the letters unto all the Jews.
Unto all the who?
To all the Jews.
All the heathens?
All the Jews.
All the who?
All the Jews.
Send this letter unto all the Jews. Go ahead.
227 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus.
Now you drop down and tell them the 10th chapter.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 10 and verse 1. And the king Ahasuerus laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and of all the acts of his power, of his might, and the declaration of the greatness of Mordecai.
The greatness of what?
The greatness of Mordecai.
The greatness of who?
The greatness of Mordecai.
See that, man? You see how great you can become if you don't compromise? That's it. That's all you got to do, man. Stand for what you actually believe in. Some things are worse than death, man.
Right.
You understand? You stand for what you believe in, and then everyone will remember you. The greatness of Mordecai. Read on.
Whereunto the king advanced him. Are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Media and Persia?
Mm-hmm.
For Mordecai the Jew was next unto King Ahasuerus.
See that, man? They was real close, man. Like Daniel and who? Nebuchadnezzar. Who else? Daniel, who else? Go on, Yediah.
Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar, and Daniel and Darius.
Darius, I'll take that one, man. You understand? They were close, man, like Moses and Pharaoh, man. But even if you are close to a heathen, never forget your people, man. You understand me? Mordecai, Esther, they ain't forget their people, and that's why we stand where we stand today, man. Read on, Yediah.
And great among the Jews, and accepted of the multitude of his brethren.
Hey, I would accept him too, man. You understand? That's a real brother right there. That's not a stranger, man. Read on.
Seeking the wealth of his people and speaking peace to all his seed.
See, that's all his seed, man. If that ain't brotherhood, I don't know what is brotherhood.
Right.
You understand? That is the ultimate of brotherhood and sisterhood right there. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer for Zaraka.
Give Officer Ahmad one more hand. These are I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanna. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other after the 6-month period. The brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You're going to find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verses 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, the 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Gives it to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever also amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation will be the Passover. Right. Most High in Christ. You can find this in the 14th day of the first month, Saturday, April 20th, at sundown, Exodus 12, 1 through 51, Leviticus 23, 4 through 5, and 1 Corinthians 5, 7 through 8, and also in 2 Chronicles 30 through chapter 30 and verse 17. All right. Make sure when you come to the Passover, get in contact with Captain Shapard so you can work in the kitchen and make sure that we serve and according to the Most High and do it for the Most High's glory. All right. Ramah Akim and Al-Quad to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, brothers, I imagine, this means stand. Brothers, we're going to get the brothers a courteous salute. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yah. Re-angle, this is your Shabbat. Yeah, Ahmad Shabbat. You want to make sure your right hand is over your left, your head down, and also with your head covered. Men of Israel, we're going to get assistance. A courteous salute. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema Adam Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shema, class is here.
Lock this guy on. Let's go play some games, please, okay?
Say again, sir?
Play some music, please. That's jams. Look like it, jams with music. Go on.
I genuinely didn't hear you.